Okay, hello people, Dave here from Save Decks, and Merry Switchmas is what I can really say. It's 4 years to the day since the Nintendo Switch was launched, and I thought last year I did a video where I showed off my physical games. This year I want to show off my digital ones as well, just basically what Switch collection I've amassed over the last 4 years. And I thought the best way to do this would be on a live stream because it would be a lot of like editing and processing would take a long time. Don't know if it would be worth it. So I've got my Pro controller here, which I got with the Switch, bought separately, but you know. And I thought I've got them all digital here. I'll go through the games. I've got my physical games I'll show you as well, which is why I've got the webcam on. Hi Ryan, hi Eggroll, how you doing? So I hope you're okay. I'm just going to go through my Switch games, just show off what I've amassed in the last 4 years. I'm going to say a little bit about each game. I'm not going to go great details, so the stream will be too long. Just to let you know how is the audio, by the way, on me. If the microphone's too loud, let me know. But obviously there's not going to be much in the way of game sound. I usually have my Switch games on this shelf here behind me, but I want to show them off, so I've got them sort of around me so I can show them to you as I get to the physical ones. And because if I was sort of like turning round each time to pick them up, it would be a bit messy. So let's just go into them. These are in alphabetical order, and I usually have them by longest playtime, but just for this I'll go alphabetical just so I get through them. So first game there is great audio, thank you Waluigi. So hashtag race die run is the first game there. That is a futuristic race, so you're against the clock, not against other people. That's a really good one. I've already reviewed that game, sort of a mini review. So yeah, that's basically all I'll say about that one. I'd like to say more about these games, but again, I'm conscious of time. So I've already got a review up of that one. 3 Nintendo eShop mini reviews. Check that one out. Very good one. I'm wondering why. Because obviously it's alphabetized, so numbers and symbols will be first. And I'm wondering why that's what they've got the hash sign on there. Because I would have it under R, personally. But it's a shame you can't custom arrange these. So next one, 20XX, is a Mega Man style roguelike game. It's a really fun one. I would like to do a video on this one day. I don't know if I could break my backlog on it because I don't really know if it's one you can beat, but it's plays like Mega Man, but the levels are randomly generated, and because of that it's easier than Mega Man games, but it does get really hard as you play along. Next is 51 Worldwide Games, or Clubhouse Games is also known. We've already reviewed this one on the channel. That's a really fun one, 51 games on it. Have I ever received any of these great physical games from a good friend as birthday presents? Well, don't worry, Glenn. I will be mentioning them when I get to them. Whenever I get to a physical game, I will mention it. But there's a few physical games I own that I've not actually played yet, so therefore they will not appear on my Switch menu. But I will. I've got them in alphabetical order piled near me, so I can get to them. So don't you worry, Glenn. We'll get there. So Seventh Sector is a game I've reviewed on the channel. It was a review copy given to me. It's sort of like a puzzle sort of action game, and I wasn't that keen on it, but for full details check out the review there. Next one is Hat in Time. That is a physical game I own. There it is. And yeah, this is a really good 3D platformer. I've pretty into 3D platformers this month because we got 4 hitting the Switch this month, or hopefully 4. But this is a really good one. It's kind of like in the veins like Mario Sunshine, where you have like you go into a level and then you have to collect the medallion, but it's storied, so you got to do it that way. But there are some top that you can do free exploring with as well, and the moves are really good, the controls are really good. I am going to do a 3D platformers buyer's guide at some point in the future, well, near future. I'm already writing the script for it, so this will be mentioned there. I highly recommend this one, and it's got the Seal the Deal DLC included in this one, which I've not played yet, but I have beaten this game already. So the next one is called Agalos. This is a Wonder Boy style sort of 2D action platformer. Very, very good game. Very hard. I did play through this one already and beat it. I really enjoyed my time with that one though. Okay, so here I've got a cane. I have no idea what this game is or why I own it. There's been several games I've gotten as freebies like from promotions they do, like if you own one of these games you get this one free and stuff like that, and I think this is one of those games, so I can't really say anything about that one. So moving on. Akuto Showdown is another game we got for free and a promotion, I think. And me and Sophie did play this one once, and it was pretty good. I think it was like a isometric style sort of battling fighting game or something with samurai. I think I'm remembering it right. It's too many to remember sometimes, but we played it once, and it was fun for what we played of it, and it was free. So yeah, pretty good there. Maybe Akane. Maybe it's pronounced Akane. Yes, I read it as a Kane because I'm a wrestling fan and I see Kane. I think Kane. So that's why that would be there. So next is All Star Fruit Racing. I have done a video on this because it went on sale for 77p. A Kane or Akane is a great little high score chaser. Worth a play. I will play it at some point. That's what the whole Breaking My Backlog series is all about, just getting to play these games. But Glenn, is it pronounced Akane or Akane, do you reckon? So All Star Fruit Racing, it's a hello Grinning Wolf Games, how you doing? It's basically not a very good racer. It's not terrible, but it's not the worst racing game I've played. I'm trying to do my hair. Look at my picture there. But yeah, it's fine for what it is. But for 77p, you can't go wrong really, even if it was rubbish, and it's playable. Angry Video Game Nerd 1 and 2 Deluxe. I had played the first one on the Wii U. I'd never played the second one, so I was happy to get this one. Fan of the show, so you know, got to play them. And I've beaten them both, so yeah, very fun games. It was easier than I remembered it being before, but maybe I played it on an easier difficulty. Ape Out, highly recommend. It's a roguelike game where you play as an ape who's got an out and you kill people. What's not to love? Arcade Archives versus Super Mario Bros. Akane. So that game is pronounced Akane. So I was saying Akane or something. Yeah, Akane. Okay, fair enough. I'll remember that if I ever get around to playing it. So this is a game I have a grudge with because... I remember Super Mario Brothers. I've played that to death. I can beat that in like I don't speed run it, but I can beat it in quite a quick time. And I saw this in an arcade once, and I said to Sophie, you know, hold my phone. I'm gonna beat this. I'm gonna put my pound in. I'm gonna beat it in one sitting. But this game is different to the original. It's harder. There's things they changed. Obviously, they want you to keep putting your money in and playing it. I've never actually beaten it because every time I try this, I only put in 1 credit. I don't want to spam credits because I get through it a lot easier. Hi, Pixel Domination. How you doing? So I'm going to beat it on 1 credit one day. If I fail, get game over, I'm going to go back to the beginning. I want to do it on 1 credit. I want to do it legit. So there's that. So on to the next row. Still in the A's, aren't we? Arms, yeah, we all know Arms. That's there. Really fun game. I've reviewed this one as well. It's I say if you've got 2 people in the house or more and you can play it online with people to play with, then it's a great game worth getting. If you're just a single player, maybe wait for a sale on it. It sometimes goes on sale. It's not worth full price if you're a solo player, but as a multiplayer it's really good. Next one is another physical one, Astral Chain. I've not actually beaten this one yet. I've played quite a bit of it. It's a really fun one. It's quite an involved one. It's Platinum Games, isn't it? So yeah, it's one of them sort of action things. You can control the astrals, are they called, or the whatever they're called, the legions. That's what they call them. Just reading the back here. Yeah, very very good art style to it, and yeah, I quite enjoyed playing it when I did. Okay, off of the physicals for a while. Astro Bears Party. We've got Astro Bears Party. That's always very cheap. A fun little party game that. We got Astro Bears for free if you own this one when they released it. I think it's like got extra stuff on it, but we haven't actually tried this one yet. Maybe that's one for the future. Axiom Verge. I've not beaten this one either. It's a Metroidvania. It's an excellent Metroidvania as well. I've played quite a bit of it. But your power-ups are glitches. So it's sort of a fourth wall breaking one a little bit. But yeah, very, very good one this. Now, Bubba Is You. I'm going to go down just so we can see the thing so I'm not blocking it. This is a really clever puzzle game where you've got to move words around to manipulate. So Bubba Is You, but you might want to change the the word to say like the key is you or something like that, and then suddenly you're playing as the key. It's one that I really like it, but I hate it as well. It's very get very agitated playing it, trying to work out the puzzles. But I would never stream it because it's one that would be horrible to watch someone else play. So yeah, it's not. It's one to play on your own, I'd say, or someone with you in the room could advise you. But I would never stream that one. Blaster Master Zero, I really liked that game. That was a really fun one to play. I remember playing the original one. It was actually with Glenn the first time I played the original on the Wii's Virtual Console. And I got it on the 3DS eventually, and then this is like a remake of it. And I think they added Shovel Knight and Shantae amongst other characters. I've not actually played it since they added characters to it, so maybe, because I've gotten into Shantae last year. So is Shantae in that game? Someone actually said that. Next is oh, we got a few people here. Yeah, I did read about that news as well, Pix, so it was really sad to read about that. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. So next one is Bleed, the complete bundle. That came out. I don't know when it came out, but it went on sale like really cheap, and I've never actually played that one. Okay, Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon. Oh, I've got these out of order actually. Oh, I know why. Because games with a "the" to start with are under T, not the letter. Yeah, so I always ignore "the" when I alphabetize things. So I got Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon, which is like an old school Castlevania style game. Like for the NES Castlevania, Super Castlevania 4. And then you got Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which I haven't played yet, but that's more of the Metroidvania style, I believe. But one day I will get round to them. I haven't bought Curse of the Moon 2 because I want to play Curse of the Moon first, because, I might not like the games for all I know. I'm pretty sure I would. Okay, Blossom Tales is a game. Now, I really like this one. It's, as you can see, the cloud symbol is next to it, meaning I don't have it stored on my Switch anymore. I've archived it. Because I'm like, if I've beaten a game, I'm not really going to play it, so I'll save the storage by archiving them. So this is sort of like a Link to the Past style action adventure, but it's really cool because the little girl is being told the story by like her granddad, and he's made like the little girl like the main character in it, so narratively it's good. And even when you die in there, it's like you get revived, and it says he says, "Oh, tell the story right, granddad." He goes, "Oh yeah, that's not how it happened, here's how it happened as well." Next one, I'm going to bring that up. Bomber Crew. This is one from Glenn for my birthday one year. He says it's a hidden gem. I can see why. I have played. It's a very hard game, this one, Glenn. It's a strategy. You're like on a plane and you're like giving everyone jobs. And yeah, it's really, really good game, this one, from what I've played. I haven't beaten it. It's really hard on finding it, but I sort of dipped into it now and then, and it's like, yeah, it's really sort of like a management game, and yeah, it's a really clever way to do like a dogfight sort of simulator thing. What we got next? Box Boy and Box Girl. This is one Sophie and I have been playing co-op together. I don't think we've quite beaten this one yet, but we get very far on it. But yeah, it's a puzzle platformer. You make the boxes and you can jump on each other and yeah, stuff like that. It's the only Box Boy game I've played. Okay, Brawlhalla is a free game you can download. It's got Rayman in it. It's kind of like Smash Brothers. It's very basic, I found, but it's it's fine. Yeah, it's a free game, and they've added like Adventure Time and things like that to it. There's that one. You bought a lot of Cubic games in the sales. We'll see a lot of Cubic games coming up here. Don't you worry. So Brawl Out is like a cheaper Smash Brothers game, and we played the demo of it. I've not actually played the full version yet. It's got ukulele in it, and like the guy from Guacamole, and yeah, that's really, really good. Yeah, we're looking forward to playing it more. The demo was good, so yeah, and it's a cheaper game, so there's sort of less content in it than you expect from something like Smash, but obviously for the price it's worth it. Bug Fables. Nintendo aren't going to make a traditional Paper Mario game, so of course, yeah, whoever made this game has made a traditional Paper Mario. Yeah, really, really good game, that one. So you want Bug Fables released physically? Yeah, that would be a good one. It's very, very good game, this one. Actually, I reviewed this for you, didn't I, Glenn? So I actually got this game for free before it came out because of that. So there we go. I got that for free. So it's definitely worth it for me. I think I gave it like 80-something%. I don't know. So build a bridge. This is like a puzzle game. You build a bridge. Self-explanatory. It's pretty good. Bowl Boy is Sophie's game. She's played this to completion. I have not. So ask Sophie about that one. She actually reviewed this one. There's a review of this on our channel from Sophie. So there's that. Now, Bulletstorm was a game I owned on the Xbox 360. It was a really good one, and when it got ported to Switch, and Axiom Verge has a weird Back to the Future ending. I haven't seen the ending. Oh, there is a sequel to Axiom Verge coming, isn't there? Yeah, good point. Yeah, so this one's Bulletstorm again. I've been playing through it again. I like the fact that it rates you on the sort of kills you make, and you get points build up from that. So that's cool. And this one's got Duke Nukem. I haven't played as Duke Nukem in it yet. I've only done it as like the traditional character. So there's that one. Sophie, she's in the chat. She can tell you more about Bury Me, My Love. Want to know more about this one? I've not played it, but Sophie's in the chat. She can tell you. Cadence of Hyrule. Hello Ryan, you're right. You haven't been at the stream, you're busy this week. That's fair enough. You don't have to come to every stream if you don't want to. But yes, Saturday is Mario Kart Battle Mode, so make sure you're there for that. That's good. Yeah, so Bury Me, My Love, it's like a visual novel, I think Sophie said. She's played for it, I haven't. Cadence of Hyrule, Crypt of the Necrodancer, that is like a rhythm Zelda game. I've not played it very much. I haven't bought the DLC because I just haven't beaten the game yet, so there's that. Cake Bash is a party game where I've just realised we've gotten onto the seas now. That's cool. It's a party game. You play as cakes, and there's like mini games themed around cakes. It's really fun. It's really fun. Maybe not quite worth full price for the amount you're getting in it, but visually this game looks delicious. It makes me want to eat cake, especially when you see like a chocolate cake and it's like, oh my god, you just want to eat that. And Sophie really hates the French fancy in this game because it cheats. There's that. So basically you're playing as cakes and you have to win mini games so you can use the winnings to buy decorations for yourself and become the most desirable cake. So it is a really fun game. The mini games are fun anyway, for the most part. Okay, Car Quest is a game. I bought it when it was like 99p or something. You're playing as a car going around this sort of how do I define it, like a PS1 world, and you have to go around like finding things, and there's like this big like mask talking to you, like this big head face. It's a really weird game. It was fine for the price I paid for it, but yeah, it was a strange one. It was fine to play, but yeah. Castlevania Anniversary Collection, of course. I've got I played through Super Castlevania 4 on this on a stream and beat it. That's really cool. I've reviewed Super Castlevania 4 as well. That's really cool. So Sophie says, Bury Me, My Love is sort of a graphic novel. It's about refugees and journey they have gone through. It's not a game really, but it makes you think. Okay, that's what Bury Me, My Love is. Cat Quest is a game I've not played, but it is Sophie's. I've sort of archived it because Sophie got her own Switch, and so her games now sort of thing she gets on her own. So yes, as time went on, less of Sophie's games came onto my Switch. So Animal Crossing, for example, you might have noticed is missing. It's on Sophie's Switch. So next one is Cave Story, physical version there, which comes with like little goodies, which yeah, that's cool. So about this one, I ordered this one off Amazon. It arrived. As you can see inside, there was no cartridge, there was no download code, there was no nothing. The game wasn't in there. So I contacted Amazon and said, what's going on here. They just told me they refunded me basically and said I can keep this, so that's cool. Then about a week later, Cave Story went half price on the eShop, so I've got the physical version really, but I've got it on my Switch, so, and I got it for half price, so I went out there. Cell Damage HD is like it's kind of like Twisted Metal, if you remember that, like cars fighting. Me and Sophie have played it once, and it's actually really fun for like the £1 we paid for it. It's getting harder to find. What, a Cave Story? Yeah, so Cell Damage HD is a really fun one. Yeah, it's for a cheap price. I don't know how much it is normally, but for the £1 or something you played, it's a fun little multiplayer. Celeste, obviously. Celeste is amazing. Believe the hype. That's all I'll say for that. I've put it on a few lists of mine, like top 10 2D platformers and top 10 Nintendo Switch games. It's appeared on both of those. Celeste is an amazing game. Very hard. Next is Child of Light. I had this on the Wii U, never played it. Now I've got it on the Switch and I've never played it. That's the way I can sum up Child of Light. I will play it one day, honest. Was Cell Damage on the GameCube too? Maybe. But I can't imagine this being a GameCube game, because it seems quite light on content, but obviously we've not played it a whole lot. Hello Cat Warrior, how are you? I'm just showing off my Switch collection now, just talking about the games a little bit. How doing that? It was on the GameCube, okay. Yeah, we want to do another video on Cell Damage. Well, and say another. We want to actually do a video on Cell Damage. Because there's a few, like, sort of go through some hidden gems we got. So, City of Brass, I know that's been reviewed on your channel, Glenn. That's where I discovered the game. I think it was Mark that reviewed it. This is a roguelike, sort of Arabian setting. It's a fun one. I've enjoyed the time I've had with it. I do like roguelikes. People get fed up with them. I haven't played many roguelikes, but I've liked the ones I've tried. Sophie, help me out. Have we played Coffee Crisis? I don't know if we have or not, but I think this was a freebie we got. I have no idea. So Contra Collection, that went half price. It's all the old Contra games. And Glenn has also got me, for my birthday one year, Contra Rogue Corps, which a game that didn't get good reviews at launch, but apparently it got patches and it's improved it. So, we're looking forward to trying it. It's a co-op game, and as you notice, just I don't know if you can see it very well, there is a panda in this game. Yep, panda. So, as you know from our puppet videos, I actually have the puppet with me now, Tom Panda. We like pandas. So yes, we will play. That'll be a Breaking My Backlog game. Me and Sophie will do that co-op one day. Crash Bandicoot, Insane Trilogy. That's that there. I mean, we own it on PS4, which is I should have prepared for this a bit more and just it's up there. It's up on that shelf up there. I'm not going to reach up for it, but yes, we've got 2 copies of this, of course. And then the game that came out day and date with the Switch is. Thank you, Grinning Wolf Games. Yeah, I'm enjoying the Switch, actually. This stream, I should say. So I didn't want to pre-record this, because I'd probably keep making mistakes and going over bits again, but it's like, if I'm streaming it, if I make a mistake, so what? I'm having fun, it's part of it. So, Crash Team Racing, it's a racing game, a remake of the Crash Team Racing, on the PS1. So we had a lot of fun with this. It has the Crash Nitro Kart tracks in it as well. It looks gorgeous. The story mode's amazing. The drifting mechanic is just outstanding in it. But the main reason we don't play this very much is because the loading times are really long, and that puts me off playing games sometimes when the loading's really long. So, Sophie, maybe we should get a PS5. That's all I'm saying. Get rid of those loading screens. Okay, on to Chris Tell's demo. Now, this is a demo. It doesn't count as a load. Now, as you know, or you might not know, me and Sophie have done 2 videos in the past called Demo Talk, where we take 3 demos from the eShop and we talk about them. Part 3, we've recorded our voices for. I need to edit it. And yes, that's that's there. So that's one of the games we're talking about in our next demo talk. And hello, Graham. Sorry to say it's a Nintendo stream, but freebie of Ratchet and Clank is on PS4 today. Well, the Ratchet and Clank game I'm assuming you're talking about is actually on that shelf up there already, so I have no need to download it, I'm afraid, but it is a really good game. I really like that one. Okay, Cuphead. Glenn, you reviewed this. It's the first game that you awarded over 90% on. I remember that. I really love Cuphead. It's such a good game. Me and Sophie did co-op on a few of the levels because it was a train level that I had a lot of trouble with. I felt like you needed 2 people for that. And Cyber Shadow was a recent one. I reviewed that on the channel as well. I know Glenn reviewed that as well. Very, very, very good game. Sort of Ninja Gaiden old school. So I really liked that one. Dead Cell's an amazing game. Must buy that, gets better with updates. That is coming up. We'll get there. But first we must talk about... We've gone to... Look at this. We got Cuphead, Cyber Shadow, followed by Dark Souls. I mean, 3 difficult games in a row there. And yes, Dark Souls is there. I have it there. And I haven't played it a whole lot. I keep dying for some reason. Oh, hello, Nintendo Extremists. Is that Matt or Tom or both? Good to see you here. Just showing off my Switch collection because it's the 4-year anniversary of the Switch. So Dead Cells, yes. Cuphead was the first game you awarded 20 out of 20 for visual. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it deserves 20 out of 20 for visuals, definitely. You like watching Cuphead more than playing. I know. You don't know many of these games. They seem interesting. Yeah, I'd say I would show them off properly, but we'd be here forever if I did that. So I'm just sort of briefly explaining. So Dead Cells is one of the first videos we made on this channel, was my friend teaching me how to play the game. We were very, very new to the channel at that time, so we didn't sort of... we had made some errors with it, like the game audio was too loud, so things like that we wouldn't do now happened in our very early days. So Dead Cells, what I've played of it, is a really good game as well. But you can get into it. Well, thing is, no game is for everyone, so there's that. We're on to the D's, I've just noticed. I keep forgetting we're switching letters here. Death Squared. This is a game a friend recommended to me. Me and Sophie have played this before. I played it with a few other friends as well. The co-op. It's really good co-op one, this. For single player, it's fine on sale. But if you've got someone to play with, it's worth full price. Because there's one mode where you've got 2 characters... blocks to move, and one mode where you got 4, and you need 2 people for that mode. So if you've only got one of you there, you're only accessing half the game, really. So yeah, so Deltarune Chapter 1 is like I don't know if it's a sequel or spin-off from Undertale. I have beaten Undertale, but I've not tried this yet. It's like it was free, so I downloaded it. Disjunction was a game I reviewed for Switch Up. That review is available on their channel. Check that one out. It's a very good stealth game, so that's a good one. Disney classic games, Aladdin and The Lion King. We were talking about this on our stream yesterday, I believe, Glenn. Glenn's beaten The Lion King. I haven't, so well done, Glenn. It's got some Aladdin games and some Lion King games. Yes, hello, Sega Dan. Talking of Mega Drive, there's a Sega person there. Now, the reason they didn't include the Super Nintendo Aladdin is because it was made by Capcom, whereas all these games were made by Virgin, so I'm guessing there was a rights issue to get it, which was a shame because, again, they were very different games, and obviously some people prefer one, some people prefer the other, and but the thing that annoys me is the Game Gear version of The Lion King isn't on here, and that was made by Virgin Interactive, so why is that not on here? The Game Boy one is. The Game Gear one, it was easier than the console one for Lion King, but it's a shame. I will beat Lion King one day. One day. Break my backlog on that. So, Lion King is a game. Yeah, back then, in that time, a lot of kids' films became platformers. Yeah, Lion King. It was a very hard game, The Lion King. And I will explain this quickly. Back then, people would rent games from Blockbuster and so on, beat over the weekend, but obviously game companies would lose profit because of people renting them rather than buying them. So they made The Lion King intentionally hard. Like that second level, there's such a difficulty spike that they made it so hard because they didn't want people renting it. They wanted people to rent. If they rented it, they wouldn't get past the second level, so they'd have to buy the game to beat it. That's what I've heard is the reason they made it so hard anyway. So there's that. So now we've got Doom. I really like Doom. This is the original Super Nintendo one. I own the new one, 2016 one on PS4. I'll tell you one in a sec. So Doom 2 and Doom 3 I've not played yet. Doom 64 I've played once or twice. One time was because Glenn wanted footage of it for his for one of his videos. So I was just very graciously gave him that footage. I've not bought Doom Eternal because it's the same with Doom 2016. By the time it comes out on the Switch for full price, you can buy it a lot cheaper on PS4. So I'm like, should I? But I'm waiting for Doom Eternal to get a sale on the eShop before I buy it at the very least. Then just see how much it is on PS4. Double Dragon Neon, me and Sophie played that for a stream. So that's pretty good. I like Double Dragon. Okay, Down in Bermuda is we played the demo of this because we were planning to do a demo talk on this if we had run out of new games because it's a recent one come out. But I quite enjoyed it, and it had a sale price, and I've beaten it now. It is a beaten my backlog game. I'm not doing separate videos for every backlog game I've beaten anymore. Like a review, I'm going to do like 5 in one video sort of thing because it's less time consuming that way. Dragon Quest 11, that's the demo. I've played a few hours of it and I've enjoyed it, but it's just one of them. If I buy the full version, then it's just another game I'll never get around to beating. The difficulty spike on the arcade machine, because it would, you put more coins in to play it. It's like you play an arcade port on some like the Simpsons arcade. I remember never beating that in arcades, but when it came to Xbox 360, my brother and I played it and we beat it in one go because we could just add credits whenever. It sort of made it a bit too easy. Draw Stickman Epic. I think Sophie's played this. I think I watched her or played it myself. And I don't remember it much though. I think you play as a Stickman in it. And it's a sequel. It's Epic 2. Oh yes, Sophie. On the topic of arcade games, me and Dave used to play this game in the arcade, and we don't know the name, but we called it Pirate Memory Game. Many comments said it's actually called Dead Storm Pirates or something like that. I've looked it up, and I'd like to see a console version of that. Yeah, that's a very good one, that. But I know Glenn's been buying a few arcade machines lately. The Turtles in Time and Mortal Kombat you got, didn't you? Duke Nukem 3D, had to get that, and it was like £4 or something at launch, so bargain price there. And so it was an N64 game on the Switch, so like with Doom 64 there. Fast RMX, I have reviewed that game on the channel. Very, very good game. If you're upset that there's been no F-Zero for the years, there's your answer there. Just get that game. Okay, Fee is a 3D platformer. I've not played. I think Glenn reviewed this, and it was based on your review that I bought it, but I didn't play it a whole lot. But I enjoyed it for what I played of it. But it's just one of them where you never get around to playing it. Very interesting art style in that one. Do you know I've skipped a few physical games because I got caught up in the. So what I've got here is Doraemon Story of Seasons. It's not on my thing because this is Sophie's. She's played it on her console. Got to get through these now, haven't I? Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I think I skipped over that when they're talking about it, but you all know what that game is. It's amazing. Empire of Sin, that is Sophie's game. We're a bit annoyed because we could have reviewed this one, but our delivery. Our delivery was like a week late on it from Game Collection, And I think someone else we were talking to in one of Glenn's comment sections was having the same issue with it. And because the reviews for this game didn't come out till like 3 or 4 days after the game came out, we could have had, done like a quick first impressions review, and that might have done well for us. So quite bitter on that one. Fee makes you think of Fee from. I think it's in Skyward Sword. It's pronounced Fi, because in Hyrule Warriors the narration pronounces it Fi. FIFA 19, it's a FIFA game. I know it's gotten a bad rep on the Switch because they release the same one over and over. So I bought FIFA 19. It's the only FIFA I'll get. My brother and I play these games. Like he's a Villa fan, so he always plays as Villa. And I don't follow football, but I always play as Liverpool just because I always have. We do leagues where we play as each other's opponents the whole way through the league, and we put on special rules for certain teams, like what is it? Stuff like Burnley, you always have to slide tackle, you're not allowed to get the ball fairly. And one team has to run the keeper out to the halfway line each time. One team, we swap the keeper with the striker over. And like one team we replace with Yeovil Town, and another team we replace with Barcelona. It's like, we do crazy rules like that. Okay, so back to here. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles remastered edition, waiting for it to scroll. Okay, so that's the game Switch Up gave me to review. It was fine, I suppose. I'm not really into the series, but I think that people don't tend to like this one. It was not really much interesting about it. Fitness boxing trial version. I tried out fitness boxing. That's all I can say about that. Fortnite's a game I got addicted to that, but I stopped playing it when they got rid of Loot Lake. That was my favourite location. Fee is the Swedish term for fairy. Cool. How's Crystal Chronicles? Yeah, if you want to know my thoughts on Crystal Chronicles, Switch Up. Switch Up is has got my review. I wrote a review for them. You're always fish sticks in Fortnite. Cat Warrior, can I just ask you something? Do you like fish sticks? So Fox and Forests is a platform where you play as a fox. I've got two fox games next to each other. Makes sense because of given the names. Used to play it with the GameCube with all the cables and all that. With the GBA. Yeah, God, I remember that coming out. So the interesting thing about Fox and Forest is you can change the seasons in it, which helps, like you can freeze water by turning it to winter and things like that. It didn't take long to beat, but it was an interesting game. Foxyland I thought looked interesting. It was cheap, and I managed to get a review out of that quite quickly. There's a review of it on the channel. Nothing to write home about, but it's harmless. I beat it in an hour. Just bear that in mind. Funbox Party, despite the fact that it says party in it, the games are better in the single player. I found. Oh, Ken gets the fish sticks reference. Cool. So, Fury Unleashed is a roguelike sort of comic book style game, which I reviewed for Switch Up. Further details, check out Switch. I'm advertising you a lot, Glenn, here. So there we go. Gekiyaba Runner Anniversary Edition. I think this was a freebie with... I think they're gnomes. They look like gnomes to me. I think this was a platform that looked like a mobile game. I really don't remember. There's just so many you don't remember very well. Okay, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but is it Gianna or Guyana Sisters? Something like that, Ultimate Edition. I had this game on the PS3. I played it on there and didn't beat it on there, so this does count as a backlog game. I bought this because it went really cheap, and I remember it being really good, so got that one. Yeah, I will play that at one point. Giraffe and Annika, I played that one for Switch Up. I reviewed it for them. Reviewers on their channel want to know my full thoughts. I didn't like this game at all. It scored higher because admittedly the presentation was really good, because obviously with Switch Up they rank each sort of category to give a score, and visually it was amazing. It looked amazing, just anime Ghibli style. The music was really good, so I had to give it high points for that. But the gameplay was just, I didn't like the gameplay in this game at all. Go Vacation, yeah, that was a Wii game. We never owned it on the Wii. This is the game. It does something better than what Wii Sports did, and that is that you can explore the island freely. And that's something Wii Sports Resort should have had. But the mini games are fun in this. Exploring the island is so good. You can play as your Miis as well. Not enough Switch games let you play as your Miis, honestly. Right, on to the next one. People know Goat Simulator, right? It's a soft G for Gianna, okay. Based on an old Commodore 64 game. Nintendo actually had it removed from stores back in the day. Oh dear. Anyway, I think I've heard that story. I think I have heard that story before. Did the Gaming Historian say it, or someone like that? I can't remember. Anyway, Goat Simulator. You play as a goat. You run around messing about. Yeah, Goat game is hilarious. I learnt about this game from Cinemassacre, James and Mike Mondays. It was such a funny episode. The whole episode was just them giggling. It was so funny. Goblin Sword, we streamed this one last night. It was actually really, really good. A difficult platformer with short levels, no checkpoints, but it's one you just have to keep going back and back to. It was so good, this game. I will get through that one eventually. Golden Forces 1 I reviewed for Glenn again. It's a very difficult platformer, sometimes unfairly so, but I was motivated to keep going. Golf Story is the best golf game on the Switch. We've got Mario Golf coming out later this year. We'll see what happens there. But there's a sequel to Golf Story called Sports Story coming out. I really like Golf Story. Really, really like Golf Story. It was a copy of Mario Brothers. Oh, was the game back on Commodore 64 like Mario Brothers then? Oh, I didn't know this. Like gameplay-wise, it was just like the Mario Brothers arcade. That would make sense then if it was that. But there's been clones of games all over the place that get away with it. That's interesting. Okay, Gunya Fighter. Yeah, we do need Sports Story ASAP, I agree. But I haven't beaten this game yet, so I would need to beat... the longer it takes, the more time I have to beat this. So Gunya Fighters was a very cheap sort of 3D brawler thing. Me and Sophie played this one on a stream once. I can't remember what other two games we were playing, but we decided to try this one out in between two other games, and it wasn't fantastic. It was fun, but it wasn't fantastic, is all I can say. Grass Cutter Mutated Lawns. Do you know, Nintendo Life put up a video of two recent lawnmower games hit the eShop and showed off how bad they were. This is quite a good lawnmower game. It's top. I've got a review of it on the channel. I was given a review copy of it. It was actually a lot of fun, this one. I do recommend checking this one out. It's quite addictive. You like top down, and you got like the grass. You got to cut every inch of the thing while avoiding hazards. It's quite an arcadey fun one. Okay, Gravity Heroes demo. This is another for the demo talk. I really liked this demo. Can't wait for this game to come out. Okay, another reason I hate that they do this by title and you can't manually change the order of things. Guacamelee 2 is before Guacamelee, because the Guacamelee has the STCE about for it. I did play through Guacamelee on the Vita originally. I've beaten it before, but not this version of it. I'm counting it as a backlog game beaten. Guacamelee 2 I'm in the process of beating. They'll be on the same review video when I get to it. Gunman Clive HD Collection. I haven't beaten Gunman Clive 2 yet. That's really cheap, worth every penny. Oh, wait till I talk about Hello Neighbour. Wait till I get there. I have things to say. But Gunman Clive is amazing. It's the kind of plays a bit like Mega Man. but you're not choosing your levels. It's linear, but you jump and shoot in front of you, and you have disappearing blocks at times. Very cheap, very good games. Definitely get it. Okay, Hades. This game everyone loves. Everyone loves it. You're probably expecting me to say I don't love it. But I'm not going to say that. I've actually never played this game. I will do some point. I'm planning to stream it the first time I play it. So I will get to it. I'm kind of annoyed they released a physical version of it. RGT85 did the lawnmower game, yeah. But seriously, Grass Cutter, look it up. This is actually a good game. Yeah, so Hades, I believe the hype with it. Roguelike, I will get around to it at some point. It's just too many games to get through. Hello Neighbour was a game that Glenn gave me to review for him. It was a game I was interested in on the eShop. I thought I liked the idea of it. I've played it, and it's... I think I gave it like 35% or something like that. I just really didn't like this game. And it's like £35 or something. Or it's something like that. And it got a sequel game. I just did not like this game one bit. It's like stealth game. But when you get caught, you get put out of the house. Then you try again. But it gets to the point where the security's at its highest. And it just feels like... I don't know, like there was no real punishment except having to go in and try again. It just, I just didn't like this game one bit. I did write a review for it. It didn't get made into a video, but I just really didn't like this game at all. Hollow Knight, Hollow Knight was a stressful completion. I haven't beaten this game. I've played a bit of it. I need to play it more. It's kind of like with Hades. I believe the hype with it. Scary. Do you know the design of the neighbour I liked? He was scary. He looks exactly like the sort of person that would have someone locked in his basement. That's all I can say about the neighbour. Yeah, I really like the design of him, but I wasn't keen on the gameplay in it, unfortunately. Yeah, it's cool. So Hollow Knight. I have a review of Grass Cutter on the channel if you want to look that up. Again, it was early days of the channel, so the sound quality isn't as good back then. I was too close to the microphone, basically. So Hollow Knight, everyone knows Hollow Knight, yeah. Okay, so Homo Machina, or Homo Machina. This is a clever game. It's a very short game, but it's a clever one. If you can get it cheap, worth a look. It's like a puzzle game, where if anyone's seen, like, remembers reading the Beano, the numbskulls, you're basically playing as them, and they're controlling the body, and you're getting them to do things like moving the mouth to chew food and things like that. That's quite an interesting one, but only if it's cheap, because it's very short. Yeah, Horace, I did that as a stream. I like the British comedy. I like to see a game like reference things like Corrie and Anton Deck and things like that. And it kind of reminded me a bit of Bicentennial Man with its premise. But the gameplay's really good. I find that there's too many cutscenes in it, which is why we didn't go back to streaming it. Because a game that's very cutscene heavy isn't very stream friendly, I find. But I need to complete that one. Yes, you beat Homo Machina, didn't you, Sophie? Horizon Chase Turbo is an excellent racing game. I've not beaten that one either, or done everything in it, but I've enjoyed what I've played of it. Hue. Now, Hue is a game I've not played on the Switch yet, but I did get it as a freebie on the PS4, and I played for it all on there. But because I don't have PlayStation Plus anymore, my PS4 games from there are gone, so I bought this cheap on the Switch. Now, Hue is a platformer, but as you notice, there's a colour wheel on it. You have to, kind of like, you know how Rumbo, if you, Hot Shot Racing, I'm interested in Hot Shot Racing, I've not bought it yet. It's on the wish list. Yeah, Hue is great. If you know Rumbo, where the background keeps changing colour and that makes certain platforms of that colour disappear, Hue's sort of similar to that, and you sort of, from what I remember, you unlock colours as you go along, which gives you access to different things. Yeah, it's a very good platform. I highly recommend that one. Human Fall Flat is a puzzle platformer, a 3D puzzle platformer. Yeah, it's a very what's the word, sort of ragdolly one, like difficult to control, but that's the whole point to it, and it's co-op as well. Very good game, highly recommend that one. But if you've got someone to play with, I would say it's worth a look. Okay, well, at one point we were planning to do a video of like a selection of cheap and cheerful party games, which is why we got Funbox Party as well. We'd never made that video, but I probably should have done. Hungry Baby Hot Party Treats. I thought this game was terrible. We only paid like £1 for it, but I thought it was terrible. It was annoying. It looked weird. If you just look up a screenshot of this game, it looks weird. The theme song to it, you're constantly hearing "Hungry Baby, Hungry, Hungry Baby" over and over. It was terrible. And the gameplay, you're playing as food, like lollies and stuff, and it's like a grid. You got to go across to get to the baby's mouth to get eaten, but there's hidden traps on most of the tiles on the grid, and you don't know where they are, and it is just blind luck as to who wins. Whoever just doesn't fall. So when you hit a trap, yes, it stays revealed, but it's just blind luck who gets there. Not good. Okay, Hyrule Warriors was a landmark game for me. Age of Calamity. I've done a review of it. I've live streamed the entire game. The story mode anyway. It's one of the earlier live streams I did on the channel. I really enjoyed this game. Really liked it. It's DLC coming. I don't know if I'll get that yet. But with it, I got this this as well. It's like it's a blank notebook, so I can take notes while having that on the cover. Actually feels quite nice as well. So that's cool. So if you bear with me 1 second, I've just depleted that pile of Switch games. I'll pick up the next pile. Okay, I've put the next pile next to me. I couldn't have the pile next to me too high, it'll topple. So, yeah. Oh, you want to hear Hungry Baby music? Oh, God. Oh, my God. So another reason I'd like these in different order is because, this game should come before Age of Calamity. I suppose alphabetically it works. Age of Calamity comes first, but Switch port of a Wii U game that has all the DLC. I'd never owned the 3DS version, so there was content missing from me before, so this was worth getting for me. I've never played a Warriors game outside of these two, and I don't know if I ever will, because these are just full of Zelda fan service, especially that one. So I don't see, if they are similar gameplay styles, I can't see a Warriors game appealing to me more than a Zelda one. So there's that. So IAI was a game that was given to me to review. That review got over 1,000 views actually, so I'm quite happy with that. But yeah, it's a shoot 'em up where you can sort of purchase upgrades. You're never listening to Hungry Baby music again. Oh God, oh dear. Yes, me neither. It's not good. You're right. It's so annoying. So IAI, it's a decent shmup. I don't know how. I don't play a lot of them, so I don't know compared to other shmups whether it's one of the best or not. But it's pretty good. I got that for Christmas from Sophie. Immortal Phoenix Rising. It's a bit Breath of the Wildy. I think everyone said that. You got Zeus and is it Hades talking throughout it all, and they're a bit annoying. But say the gameplay's really good. I don't really like the default control layout in it, because you're pressing that to attack and Y to do something else, and it felt better to have Y as your attack. I found so, but luckily you can fully customize the controls. But yeah, it's good. Inside is I think it's a puzzle platformer. I've not played it yet. It was on sale. I've been in a bit of a puzzle platformer kick lately, so yeah, I'll get to that one eventually. Iris Full, another one Glenn gave me to review. It was alright, it was good. It sort of had its faults, but for full details, look at the Switch Up review of it. But it was a decent game. It'll Due 2, I thought I had a physical of that, but obviously I don't. No, I did, but I was wanting it, but it was too expensive, that was it. And it went on sale on here. I think it's another Link to the Past style game, but I've not played it properly yet. Jump Rope Challenge is that freebie one. I've never actually played this one. I downloaded it because it was free, but then never got round to it. Jumping Joe and Friends is a cheap sort of high score game. Jump as high as you can. Nothing too fancy, but it's addictive enough. Kakurasu World. I did a review of this game. So it was the second game I broke from a backlog. It's a Sudoku style. Well, it's not Sudoku rules, but it's sort of like a grid puzzle game, number puzzle game. So I got addicted to that one. I like number puzzles. Kamiko was a very early Switch game. It was very, I think it was like the, when it came out, it was like the cheapest Switch game. I'm trying to brush my hair away. It's kind of like Zelda style where you have to go find shrines on the that thing. It was a fun game there. They changed that name. Oh, I don't know. But one little detail I like in this game was there's these monsters I was fighting that were like called Achilles or something like that, and I was having a lot of trouble killing it. It was like really, and I realised its name was Achilles or something like that. So I shot an arrow at its heel, and that stunned him. And yeah, and I thought that was quite a little detail. So Katamari Damacy Reroll. I've not beaten this game yet. I've played it enough, but I did own it on the Xbox 360. Over here, it was called Beautiful Katamari, and I did beat it on the Xbox 360, so I have beaten it before. Katana Zero. I have Mark to blame for me getting this one, because Mark praised it from Switch Up in his review, and it's a it's sort of like a, you know, sword stealthy like killing enemies sort of thing. The gameplay I thought was really good, but I overall didn't really enjoy my time with this game because there's a lot of dialogue in between which I didn't really care for, and you have to make decisions that affect the gameplay, but I ended up just skipping all the dialogue, and apparently because I just wanted to play the games. That sort of was a bit of a downer for me. I wouldn't call it a bad game at all, because for people that enjoy this sort of game, it's, yeah, I can tell it's a good game, but for me it's just not for me. Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. I really like this one. Glenn reviewed this one, I believe. What you need to do is download an app or go on the website, which gives you instructions on how to defuse the bomb, and you have one person looking at the screen. Handheld mode's great for this. It describes what's on the bomb, while the other one is reading the instructions to tell you how to defuse it. Don't buy it if you're a solo player. It's not playable that way. Coloro. Sophie can tell people about this one. I've not played it. I think this was a freebie from Cubic Games. Is it a Cubic Games one? I don't know. Kung Fu Kickball demo. That is the third demo in the demo talk, along with Gravity Heroes and Chris Tales. This is a good one. Again, if it's priced correctly. There's no price for it yet. Oh, yeah, these. Yeah. So I've got the Zelda games next, because I put them under L for Legends, but obviously the Switch has them under T for there. So, so next is, I've not played much of this one. I was sold on Mark Hamill as the Joker, really. So I enjoy Lego games. I don't buy a lot of them, but I enjoy the ones I play. And then there's Lego Harry Potter. Yep. I had these on the Xbox, and so I got it on the Switch. Pretty much. I played these co-op with a friend, so they're pretty cool. Letterquest Remastered I got as a freebie on PlayStation Plus. Again, I don't have access to it anymore, so this is a really good game if you like word puzzles, if you like shows like Countdown and stuff like that. You're given a load of letters, and you have to make words with it, and the better scoring the words, sort of Scrabble style, the more damage you do to the enemies, because it's like an RPG as well with it. Limbo is an excellent puzzle platform I had on the Xbox 360. It's the first puzzle platformer I played of its kind. Excellent game. I need to play through this on the Switch again. I've only recently bought it on the Switch, so I can't wait to play through this one again. Little Nightmares I've done a review of. I don't own Little Nightmares 2 yet, because it's, again, I just know I'm not going to get around to playing it yet. So I'm not going to buy a game full price if I'm not going to play it straight away. So that's why I only buy games full price if I know I'm going to play them immediately. Logic Puzzle Collection, that's a collection of logic puzzles. Lost Sphere, that was another present from Glenn. It's a Square Enix RPG. Now, I don't ever beat RPGs, usually. I did play quite a bit of this one. It's got a good battle system. You can like move around and sort of aim where you're going with it. I quite like the world in it as well. So Lost Sphere, it's a JRPG really. Luigi's Mansion 3, excellent game. I love this one. Really good game. It's really, you all know what this game is. That's all I can really say. We did a video showing off the multiplayer of it as well. So I'm reaching for the next physical game, but I'm not actually on physical now. Lumo's a game I had on PlayStation Plus. It's an isometric 3D platformer. That was a really good one. I got this one cheap on the Switch, so I will play through that at some point. Oh, Mana Spot, yeah, coming to that. MacBat 64 is less than £2. If you have nostalgia for N64 platformers like Banjo-Kazooie and things like that, this is worth the £2 or less. I beat it in half an hour. There is post-game, but not like 20 minutes more. But the aesthetic is amazing. Like, it's like a game that was released in the N60. It doesn't feel like a game that's replicating that style. Like, you know how Shovel Knight sort of replicates the 8-bit style, but you can tell it's not an 8-bit game, you know, from that era. MacBat 64 feels like it is. Now, if you're not into that era, you will hate this game. It's too short, too easy. But for the £1.98, whatever it costs, it's worth that just for the aesthetic. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I've got a review of it on the channel. So worth doing. You beat it on the first day, Luigi's Mansion. I beat MacBat in the first half hour, but it's designed to be like that. Mana Spark. You just mentioned Mana Spark Pixel Domination. Must buy in less than £1. I don't think I've played this yet. Sophie, have we played Mana Spark yet? Do not know. Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. You can get this one really cheap now with the DLC included. This game got leaked, didn't it, before that E3. Then was that grand reveal with Shigsy and all that. But this was a really fun game. Strategy with the rabbit. It actually made me like the rabbits. And I get annoyed when people describe the rabbits as being like the minions, because the rabbits came first. So it's not, no, the rabbits are not like the minions. No, the minions are like the rabbits. That's what people should be wording. I've even heard one person describe the rabbits as Ubisoft's answer to the minions. No, they came first. My goodness. Okay. Lumo is inspired by a Spectrum game called Nightlore, which was created by a company called Ultimate Play. The game went on to become Rare. Okay, so Rare then came on to become a great publisher a great developer for Nintendo. Then Microsoft acquired Rare, and a lot of the Rare developers left, and Rare don't make the games they used to now. That's the story of Rare. Glenn started it, I finished it. I love Rare. Rare's such a great company. He didn't like Mario Rabbids. You're not a strategy fan, are you? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, we're streaming that again Saturday, battle mode. My friend code will be in the description of that video if you want to join us. That's all I can say about that. We all know Mario Kart, don't we? Now, this was quite a controversial one when it came out. I mean, gameplay-wise, it's really good. The new mechanics have a steep learning curve, I found, but you can play it without them. You can play it like the N64 one. But it was the lack of content in it. But now, there is a lot of content in this game. There's extra modes, there's over twice as many characters, I think. There's so much in this game. It's one I don't play a whole lot. Online, I quite like this one. So yeah, that was really really good one. Now Mario Golf we got later this year as well. Mark of the Ninja Remastered. I do like this game. I've not beaten this one yet, but I've played it quite a bit. It's a stealthy platformer one as well. I really really like this game. Oh, Sophie, we played Marooners. Yes, Marooners was this party mini game, where it went on sale for £1 and we did a Friday night gaming video on this. And you can either play the mini games in order, and the story mode in Mario Tennis is a definition of fun. You're basically finding the Infinity Stones, aren't you? Yeah. You can play the mini games in order, and like whoever wins the most wins, obviously. Or you can play this random mode where you'll play the mini games in a random order, but halfway through the mini game it will switch to another one, and then when it switches back you'll carry on where you left off, sort of thing. Interesting concept. Oh, I still have this. I didn't really like this one. Obviously I like Marvel, so I got it, but yeah, it's just a bit too button bashy for my liking, this one, so I've sort of I don't own it anymore. Max the Curse of Brotherhood, I've reviewed that game on the channel. One of the better puzzle platformers I've played on the Switch, I have to say. Honestly, really, really like this one. Mega Man 11. I'm going to talk about... So I got Mega Man Legacy, Mega Man Legacy 2, Mega Man X. I love Mega Man. I just love Mega Man. I haven't got every collection. Yeah, but Mega Man 11 I thought was an excellent game. Thing about Mega Man is I want to stream the first 3 Mega Man games in one go. Did you play the NES Batman game? I've never played the NES Batman game, but I've heard that's really good but difficult. I've only played the Arkham games and the Lego games for Batman, I think. You hate Mega Man when he's in Smash. It's a shame. It's one of them where character-wise he belongs in Smash, but I like playing as him in Smash, but yeah, I like playing as him, but I don't like playing against him, I suppose. I like his charged up Mega Buster. So the thing about Mega Man is, and Mega Man 11 captured this well, the first time you play a level, it's impossible. You just cannot beat Mega Man, a Mega Man level first try. But the more, it's all about learning the levels. The enemies are always in the same place. It all works the same every time. So it's all about learning the levels and learning what order to fight the Robot Masters in. Yeah, so I love Mega Man games. I've never beaten a Mega Man X game. Oh, Ness and Lucas are, yeah, they're, yeah. Mighty Gunvolt Burst is a Mega Man style game which had the Mighty Number 9 in it as well. That was a fun little game as well. I did beat that one. Miles and Kilo is an excellent 2D platformer. Yes, talking about Saberwolf. Okay, Glenn, I'll give a little trivia about Saberwolf with you. In Banjo-Tooie, you go to the ice world in that, and you find the hero from Saberwolf there, and he's like frozen. I think you thaw him out, and it's like saying, that's like explaining why he's not been in the game for so long, because he's been frozen. And later on he disappears from that area and he leaves a note behind saying that he's gone exploring again, maybe to find some dolphins, which was probably a hint that they were planning a GameCube game of Saberwolf, because at the time the GameCube was known as the Dolphin. So there's quite a nice little reference they put in Banjo-Tooie. So Miles and Kilo was a great little simple, well, not really simple, but fun anyway, 2D platformer. Levels where you have the dog, you grab his leash and it's like an auto runner, and he's dragging you behind him on the leash. Okay, Minecraft, this is really Sophie's. I don't personally like Minecraft myself. I don't like Steve being in Smash at all, but that's just me. I know it's a best-selling game of all time. It's just not my thing. Mini trains. I bought this one because I had someone coming over who loved trains, so I thought I'd show him this one. And yeah, 15p. You say you bought it for, Pixel? Yeah, it was a great game. For what it is, it's just a little fun little puzzle. Get the trains there. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. You never played Banjo-Tooie, so you didn't know about that reference. Yeah, the Rare's games. Rare had so many references to their other games. They always scatter references everywhere. A minute. Now, me and Sophie want to talk about this game. This is a game. You pick up a sword at the beginning, which curses you. You then have a minute to live. Every time that minute runs out, you die. And I had different strokes for different folks. I think Steve is the only bad DLC character so far, but yeah, that's just me. Every time the minute runs out, you die, and you have to, and then you go. But all the progress you made, you keep, like any items you gained and stuff like that, you keep, so you can progress further. There's different checkpoints you find, and stuff like that. But so Minute's an excellent game. It's not the longest, but it's an interesting concept to it. Yeah, Monster Boy. I love Wonder Boy 3. This is like an inspired by it game. It's really switched to animals on the fly, and it's a much bigger game than Wonder Boy 3. I put it on my top 10 non-Nintendo games on the Switch. I love these types of games. I really do. Switching between animals, like the frog you can swing on with your tongue. It's such a good game, this one. Monster Sanctuary I reviewed for Switch Up. It's like a Metroidvania mixed with Pokemon. You have monsters you capture and you get them to battle like in Pokemon, but it's sort of Metroidvania style. Full details, check out Switch Up. Mortal Kombat 11. It's Mortal Kombat. It's a great fighting game, very gory. I'm considering selling this and getting the PS4 version, like the one that has all the DLC on, because the thing is, you buy this physical and there's still like a 16GB download, which I made my peace with that straight away. But then they kept on doing these updates for it, which require even more huge downloads, and why? Like, that really annoys me. So this game is eating up my storage, so I might just sell this and get it on PS4. Then that way, at least me and Sophie can play it for Sony Sundays. But we'll see what happens there. Moving Out is a co-op game. Is it from Team 17, Glenn? So I think you reviewed this one. Me and Sophie have played this co-op. It's a really fun game, and I wasn't even trying to reference Friends with this game, but when me and Sophie were playing this, I just could not help but just keep saying pivot, pivot, pivot as we played it. It's really fun. You can just throw smashing windows and stuff like that, just to throw stuff out to the van. It's a lot of fun, that one. Music Racer is a game I was given to review. It's not very good. It's a rhythm game. You have to line up to hit the blocks as you're racing. But first of all, the hitting them doesn't go with the music, and second of all, the if you miss them, there's nothing bad happens. It's just a high score thing. So what's the point? Namco Museum has a lot of Namco games on. Yeah. I like it. Moving Out has a big update coming. Is it a free update or DLC? Man, that's pretty cool. We need to finish Moving Out, Sophie. New Super Lucky Tale, I reviewed that for Switch Up. I was very happy that Glenn offered me this one because I was excited for it. Mail Mole is out tomorrow, which is a similar game to this by the looks of it, and I'm looking forward to Mail Mole. Night Trap's a game me and Sophie tried out, and we couldn't really get into this one. I know it was a big deal of it at the time. I sort of got it for the historical purposes, because it's obviously, it'll never be on a Nintendo console, but lo and behold. But yeah, it was just we couldn't really get the hang of this one, unfortunately. Ninja Clash of Carrots. Me and Sophie did a video on this, trying this one out. You're sort of like rabbits and you're sort of auto-running and beat them up at the same time. That was pretty fun, that one. Nintendo Entertainment System has a lot of NES games on. I'm not going to show them all off. But you know what that is. Nintendo Labo. Oh, where's that? I just realised we've missed one because I don't have it on my Switch yet. That's Ni no Kuni. That's on Sophie's. That's a Studio Ghibli RPG. I had it on the PS3 as well. Very, very good game. That's getting quite tall, that tower. Yeah, Nintendo Labo. Maybe I should have gone. I'll just quickly, one sec. This is the piano. Yeah, it actually feels quite good. This, I've built all of them except for the house. I've done like the fishing rods, and the motorbike one is really good. It actually works with Mario Kart quite well. A desert island theme for moving out. Wow, cool. I've gone down a few, haven't I? Okay, no more heroes. I got this one because it came to the Switch. I didn't get the second one because I want to beat this one first. But the third one's coming out pretty soon, isn't it? Okay, Not, a brain buster. The problem with Night Trap is you need to switch screens so often in order to catch the baddies. And that means missing the story playing on another screen. Hard to get on. Yeah, me and Sophie, we just could not keep up with it. Or no, even when we got to where we saw the baddies scout, we couldn't really work out what we were supposed to be doing to stop them. I think that was the thing. Throat's going a bit. Okay, Not, a brain buster is a very cheap game from Cubic. I got this in the Cubic Games thing. This is amazing, this game. It's like you're on a cube and it'll tell you to say press down, you press down, press up, you press up, stuff like that. But then it will say not down, then you press any direction but down. Or it'll say, you know, not left, but then it will say like not left, which means you do press left, double negatives, then not left, which is a, yeah, which then again you don't go left, and then it'll be like there'll be colours around. It'll say not blue, it'll say up and red, or up not red, stuff like that. It gets so confusing. You have like 5 seconds to do each command as well. It's so good. Ocean Horn reminds me of Wind Waker a bit. It's a fun game. The sequel came out for that. I haven't got the sequel yet. Okami. I have the Wii version just here. Can't really get that out very easily. So yes, I have it on the Wii. There it is. And I got it on the Switch as well. It's a very, very good game, Okami. I really like Okami. I managed to beat Okami. One Strike is a Cubic Games. It was one of the free ones. I personally didn't like this one. It was just you hit someone once and then that's it. Like, it was kind of like, I know that's the whole point of it, but you know, you can sort of do things like that in normal fighting games. So you own Okami on every platform. The Wii is the best. Is that because of the pointer controls, I suppose? Yeah. But I do like the touch controls. I think you can play it with touch controls on the Switch. I quite liked that. Okay, Ori. We did 2 attempts at playing this game on stream because the first one kept messing up. But Ori's been a lot of fun so far. Overcooked 2. Me and Sophie have been playing this co-op. Excellent. And Overcooked. See, why is Overcooked 2 before Overcooked? Is it because the number 2 comes before the S? Oh, man. Yeah, excellent co-op games. That's all I can say about Overcooked. And Glenn has gotten free. Did you get 3 stars on every one in Overcooked 2, Glenn? Because I know you said in the first one you did. Okay, Overwatch I don't own. I downloaded the trial of it. I quite enjoyed it, but I wasn't going to put the time into it to warrant buying the whole thing. So it's still on there. Wii version of Resident Evil 4 is the best version, eh? Well, Resident Evil 4 is like... Where is it? So this is one of my favourite games of all time. It's in my top 10. I got 2 versions of it there. And I've got it on the Switch as well. We'll get to that. But yeah, the Wii controls for Resident Evil 4 are great. I'm going to put them on the floor. Okay, Ovivo is a game, the first game we ever reviewed, I think. I don't think it wasn't the first game we ever reviewed, but it was the first game we ever got given a review copy of for our channel. This is like a puzzle platformer sort of thing as well. It's actually a pretty good one, this. Reviews on our channel. Owlboy, I think you all know what Owlboy is. I haven't played it all the way through. Well, that's quite cheap for the £6 for the Moving Out DLC. That's quite cheap, yeah. Yeah, so Owlboy, I need to put more time into that. Okay, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't like Oxenfree. I thought this one was just boring. I know it's the kind of thing, I'm not going to say it's a bad game, because for what it is, it's a good example of that type of game, but I just don't personally like this sort of game. It was just too much. Me and Sophie referred to it as small talk and walk. Like you're just sitting through dialogue, and you didn't really like the characters that much. So it really just wasn't for us. That's just, yeah, but if you like this sort of thing, it was a good example of its kind. Pan Pan is one I've not played yet. It seems to be like a simple isometric adventure game. Pang Adventures is one that Glenn recommended to us. Now, I recognised it when I played it. That's when we were shooting the bubbles with like your chain thing, or whatever it is. And I had no idea why I recognised it, but then I saw a video. It was one of Guru Larry's videos of games that have rip-offs of them, and he said that Pang Adventures was this old game and it had a rip-off of it, and there's an arcade game called Buster Brothers, and I remember as a kid seeing that arcade machine of Buster Bros, and that's what Pang Adventures is. Like Buster Bros was like a copy of it or something like that, or a version of it. Yeah, and this is another game Glenn kept recommending it to me, and I did play it eventually, and I've not beaten it yet, but it is very good. Yeah, definitely, I can see why you keep recommending it, Glenn. That'll be a break my backlog game, no doubt. Paper Mario Origami King, you can actually buy this physical for like 30 quid on places online now. That's quite a good price. I enjoyed this game. I don't have the physical on me now. I've lent that to someone, but because I don't think I'd play it again. I do want to see a remake of the original Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door. I'd like that to come to Switch as well, because those are ones I can replay a lot. But Origami King was a fun time for what it is. All they needed to do was add in the XP for the battling, and then this would have been fantastic. Paranautical Activity is a game I've not played much. I think Glenn gave me a code for this one, but I've not played it properly. Okay, Party Treats is basically the same thing as Hungry Baby. I've not played it, but I imagine it's less annoying. But I imagine the gameplay's just as bad. Yeah, Colour Splash I liked. The only Paper Mario I've not liked is Sticker Star. But Colour Splash I did like. I didn't buy Colour Splash for ages because I hated Sticker Star so much, and Colour Splash looked like just another one of them. But actually Colour Splash was much better than Sticker Star. Still wasn't on form with the originals, but for its own thing, it was better. Pikmin 3 Deluxe. So we streamed the Bingo Battle is one of the best multiplayer modes in a single player game. We love the Bingo Battle in that as well, and obviously the single player is great as well. I mean, yeah, so there's that. Okay, so I've just replenished that pile, so hopefully these don't fall all over the place. They fell all over the place. I'll sort that out later. So, next pile. So, Piku Niku. We did a Friday Night Gaming of this like a year and a half ago. This is a really good, weird game. You see that red thing in the middle there? That's who you play as, and you can kick. You kick the legs out to the sides. It's weird, really weird, but fun, very fun. The thing about Sticker Star was it was always too vague about what you needed to do where. You had to take a specific item to a specific place. At least Colour Splash gave you a hint in the main hub. You could pay someone to tell you what item you would need next. They didn't tell you where to use it, but they said, make sure you have this one on you. Sticker Star didn't have anything like that as far as I knew. Pocket Mini Golf, that was a free game, I think, or a very cheap one. It's sort of like a how to pot the ball in mini golf or putt the ball, I suppose. I'm going to talk about this game a bit more in a future video. Toy Explorer Edition. This is a really good 3D platformer in the style of the older N64 ones, kind of like things like Rocket Robot on Wheels or Sunshine, Mario Sunshine, stuff like that. You just find a collectible, go back to the hub world, find another collectible, that sort of thing. Yeah, like that. God, the floor is just full of Switch games now. What's next? Pokemon Quest is like a phone game style thing, isn't it? I got it because it was free, but I didn't really like it too much. But it's free, so... Pokemon Shield. I like Pokemon Shield. I know it's a controversial game for some reason, but it's just standard Pokemon, really. I liked it because it's based on the UK. I just loved the new designs of the Pokemon. That they're just so British. You got a teacup, and then a teapot, Poltergeist, and yeah, it's just very standard for a Pokemon game. Really, it wasn't what Pokemon Legends looks to be like, the next big step, but I think it's still a decent game, I thought. And then they got the DLC seemed to be more what the I will tell you, right, there is shovelware on my Switch, yes, but I will tell you a lot of it I got for free, or I bought very cheap. So a lot of the shovelware I did get for free, I will tell you that much. So so the DLC for it was Pokemon Snap is looking so good. Yeah, I've beaten the Pokédex in Pokemon Shield, but I haven't done the DLC. I'm going to, tomorrow night's stream will be me doing Crown Tundra, because Sophie's little brother wants to watch me do it. So I'll hopefully fill out some of the Pokédex tomorrow. Let me show. So Polyroll is a Sonic the Hedgehog style platformer that I reviewed for Switch Up. It was a good one. Yeah, well done completing Pokédex forever. I didn't get Pokemon Let's Go because I thought it looked rubbish. So, I mean, I like Pokemon Yellow Remake, I'm like, yes, please. But because it had I don't like Pokemon Go, so the whole just throwing Pokeballs just didn't appeal to me at all. So that's why I didn't get Pokemon Let's Go. But maybe, I keep thinking maybe I should try it, but I don't know, it's still full price, which it's going to stay full price, isn't it? But I don't know, maybe one day. But Pokemon Snap's my next Pokemon game. We'll stick to that. So I've reviewed Polyroll for the Switch Up, as we say. You want to grab the last Pokemon and reset the game. What do you? Oh, you can start a new file with a new different profile. You can always do that. So yeah, it's a very good one. This it's a Okay, tell you what. If you watch my stream tomorrow, add me on the Switch, you can give me Pokemon that I need. How about we do that? Yeah, so I'm getting caught up in the chat here, aren't I? So Polyroll is based more on the Master System Sonics than the Mega Drive ones. But it's a very good one. You play as a woodlouse, who's a roly-poly, a type of woodlouse. Pool Panic, Sophie will tell you about Pool Panic. It's an excellent game, Pool Panic, definitely. Sort of like puzzle game, you hit the white ball to hit the other coloured balls into pockets, and yeah, so thanks for coming, Graham, thanks for joining us. Pumpkin Jack, we've streamed that, we've reviewed that. Great game. Fun little platforming action game. Puyo Puyo Tetris, it's Puyo Puyo, it's Tetris. I prefer Tetris to Puyo Puyo. That's my take on it. Puzzle Book was a freebie. This is the shovelware mentioned, I suppose. It's not good. It's just jigsaws. Anyway, Rabby Ribby is it's a game I reviewed for Switch Up again. It's a sort of Metroidvania with a lot of boss fights that are turned into like a bullet hell. So there's that. It was alright, it was good. It was a good game. Rad is I think it's roguelike from what I remember, but you sort of get mutated and the mutations give you different powers. I bought it based on that concept. I really liked it, but I don't know, I just couldn't really get into that one. Rayman Legends had it on the Wii U, so I wasn't going to get it on the Switch, but then went down to like £7.50, and I was like, I have to get that one. Wrecked, I think you just mentioned it was a few pence, and your son liked it. I don't think I've played this one yet. What kind of game is it? I think it was a freebie from Cubic Games, or like a really insanely cheap one. Resident Evil 4 we've talked about. I love Resident Evil 4. Yeah, Rayman's presentation's so good. Retimed is a game Switch Up gave me to review. I didn't actually end up writing the review for them. I could write a review now. It's overpriced, is what I'll say. It's a platform fighter, but there's a gimmick of being able to slow down time from what I remember. But you can only play it multiplayer. You can't play it online. You can't play it single player. There's very limited things you can do in it. It's very basic. It was like £16. Why doesn't Resident Evil 4 have motion controls? I don't know. I personally can live without them. I don't tend to use the gyro much in games. Even like Breath of the Wild I do, just to fine tune, but like Splatoon 2 I can't get on with gyro in that game. But we'll get to Splatoon 2. Ring Fit Adventure, yeah, that one really took off last year because of quarantine. And that comes with this thing. Yeah, but it's a better workout than Wii Fit, but obviously it doesn't substitute real gym exercise, but it's a good if you want to play video games, why not, if you get some exercise this way. Road Redemption. I'll talk about Road Redemption. This is a roguelike. It's reminded me a bit of Road Rash on the Mega Drive. It's kind of like a Mad Max style world, it seems, especially because there's like Australian accents as well. And you race basically, and it's say randomly generated layout for the track, and you can do crazy things. You whack each other, all that, and get money and stuff, and it is so insanely addictive. I loved it. Now there are flaws with it, like the frame rate suffers, the performance in general is not good. There's a lot of glitching that happens, like the AI can be terrible at times. But that's what made it great for me. It's so much fun. Like, Road Rash was a good game. I have the Mega Drive Mini. This thing here, Mega Drive Mini. Road Rash is on here. So, yeah, get the Mega Drive Mini. That's my advice. But yeah, Road Redemption was such a good time. A lot of fun, very addictive. And there's a Shovel Knight costume in it. Robonauts was another freebie from Cubic Games, I think it was. I've not played it yet, I don't think. Rocket League, it became a free-to-play one, but I already owned it physically. I love Rocket League. I don't like cars, I don't like football, but I love Rocket League. Such an addictive game, that as well. It's one of the most played online ones I do. Rogue Heroes, we reviewed that on our channel. We reviewed it for Switch Up. I think it's currently Sophie's Game of the Year. I know we're only in March, but it's one of my games of the year, I suppose. It's a contender, definitely. Yeah, Rocket League is so fun, and Rogue Heroes, such a great game. We've talked about Rogue Heroes on the channel a lot last week. We did a stream, we did a discussion review, we wrote one for Switch Up. Sophie did a showcase of how to decorate your home. You know, what more do you want? Rumbo is a platform game where the background keeps changing. I've not played this on the Switch. I played for it on the Wii U, so I already had it, but I just had to get it again, even though I've not played it. Runner 3, I've not beaten this one yet, but it's like an auto runner, and you just jump and duck and stuff in time to avoid the obstacles. Very good visuals in this one. A lot of like nice backgrounds and stuff. Like there's one level I remember where you run through a fridge. I remember that. Saints Row, I've got Saints Row 3 and 4, but they're Sophie's games, not mine. She knows more about them than me. So Sophie, you can say in the comments, you mentioned Saints Row the 3rd in your top 10 games, didn't you? So yeah, Sophie can type in the chat what's Saints Row's like. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is one of my favourite games of all time. Again, it's a game that's included on here. So yeah, I love Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Absolutely love it, and it's also included on here amongst like 50 other Mega Drive games. So you got that. Okay, I said I've been on the kick with puzzle platformers lately. That kind of started with Shady Part of Me, which got shadow dropped during the Game Awards. I love this game. This game is amazing. It's like you play as a girl and her shadow, and you switch between them. Kind of reminded me of Shadow Puppeteer on the Wii U eShop I had, and it's so good, so good. I thought I was watching the Game Awards. I bought this game because I like the look of it, and I thought, you know what, I'll just sort of play it while watching the Game Awards and stuff. But that turned into me just listening to the Game Awards in the background while playing Shady Part of Me. I could not tell you who won what at the Game Awards. I was just so invested in this game. I did a review. That review did really well for me because I don't think many other people did a review of it. I've gotten over 4,000 views, which is a lot for me. I really love this game, Shady. I regret not putting it in my Games of the Year, but when we did our Games of the Year video, it was too recent for me to process it above others. But if we did that video now, this would definitely be in the top 10. Okay, Shantae. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse I did a review of and live streamed it. Seven Sirens I wrote half a review for Switch Up. Glenn wrote the other half, and that's on Switch Up. Half Genie Hero I got this, which introduced my love for the Shantae series, and yeah, I did a review of this game. And in here you get, it's a year ago to the day I uploaded a video showing this off, because I thought, what's in here actually? And there's like dropping it, there's a soundtrack CD, which is really cool, and there's that's on the floor now. Yeah, a lot of cool artwork in there. So yeah, really good. That yeah. So Shantae Half Genie Hero. I put it my top 10 favourite non-Nintendo. I think I put it in number 3, or was it number 3, or was it a bit? No, I think it was number 3. I put it in at. So yeah, that was a pretty good buy for me. It was like 20 quid and you get all the DLC with it as well. That's good. It birthed my love for the Shantae games, and then the Risky's Revenge. I've reviewed all 4 of these games. This one on Switch Up, half of it, and the other 3 on my own channel. I love Shantae for Smash. Shantae for Smash, honestly. Shovel Knight I bought on the 3DS when it first came out, and I loved it. I had to get it on the Switch. Now, one thing that happened, I've deleted it off here now, but they released Shovel Knight Showdown, which was a Smash Brothers style fight with the Shovel Knight characters. And I was like, oh, that looks so cool. So the day it came out, I bought it. It was £8 or something on the Switch eShop. So I bought it, not realising that it actually comes with the treasure trove. So it's on the treasure trove, and I bought it a second time. It's like, oh, why? And I've noticed this with like the different campaigns for Shovel Knight. You can buy separately on eShop. If you own the treasure trove, it should be, say, on the eShop you already own it, because I accidentally bought it a second time. But I'm happy to support the developers. I got so much, definitely. See, I can't see the box art of Shovel Knight. I only own the digital, but I like the picture it's got there. Sir Love-A-Lot, I got a review copy of that game. I put up my... That's come out today on the Switch. It's good, but it costs too much. It's what is it, £9 or something? But if it was less than a fiver, like £4.50 maybe, then it would be worth getting. I beat it in 2 hours, but there's a lot of extra stuff to do other than that. So yeah, Shovel Knight amazing. So Love-A-Lot. That is actually a really good row. That is a really good row there. I mean, Server Love-A-Lot. If Server Love-A-Lot was half price, I'd recommend all these games. Definitely. Yeah, you win some, you lose some, but I was happy to support the developers on Shovel Knight. I was getting a lot of... It felt like... It was like, because I didn't buy the Treasure Trove at first because I already owned them on the 3DS. So I bought the Treasure Trove when it was on sale. So I didn't pay full price for it. So I was happy to give a bit of extra to them for Showdown. Snake Pass was a very early Switch game. Now, I know a lot of people hate this game because it's really hard to control, but that's the whole point of it. It's meant to be hard to control. It's kind of like Octodad, if you played that. That has horrendous controls, but that's the whole point. When you get the grips of the controls, when you get to wrap yourself around things to climb like that, it is so satisfying. And yeah, I quite like Snake Pass. So Sniper Elite 3 and 4, they're here. I love these games. I've not played this one and that one enough. I streamed it the first time I played it. Sniper Elite 3 though is fantastic, definitely. And this is more open than Sniper Elite 3, I'm finding. But they're fantastic games. I know they've been reviewed on Glenn's channel. Snipperclips was a launch game. Fine one. Oh yeah, David Wise is always good. Good music, definitely. Yes, yeah, David Wise did the soundtrack for Snake Pass. Snipperclips is a fun co-op game as well on the Switch. Launch game, Nintendo published. Me and Sophie played through this one. Yeah, very, very good one, this. Yes, I like the essay. I hope they do another one of those. Sonic Mania has topped 2 of my top 10 lists. Favourite 2D platformer and favourite non-Nintendo Switch game. I love Sonic Mania. It's like my favourite game on the Switch in a lot of ways. I love the old Sonic games. Yeah, there's that. It kind of showed me that when people say Sonic, like the old Mega Drive games, because Sonic gets a bad rep nowadays because he has some of the bad newer games, but I say the old ones were just nostalgia's the only reason they're good. And I'm like, well, this is a new game. It does play on nostalgia, but the new zones in it are really good. I hope they do a sequel for this. It's Sonic's 30th anniversary this year. Hopefully they do another one. South Park Stick of Truth. Me and Sophie are big South Park fans, and a very good RPG. Similar to Paper Mario, I found with the button press commands. I do own Fractured Butthole on PS4 as well. Yeah, I've not played Sonic Mania with every character. I just played through it with Sonic and Tails. But I have done the DLC mode where you can play as all 5 characters and switch between them. Yeah, Fractured Butthole I've got on the PS4, but because maybe I'll get it on Switch one day. But Space Pioneer I've not played. That was another freebie game I got. Spectrum was a game I reviewed for Glenn. Written review, it wasn't a video review. This was a really good one as well, if you can get it cheap. Splat the Fruit was given to me by Switch Up to review. This was not a good game. Kind of like Angry Birds style, where you got to splat instead of just blowing up the pigs or whatever you do in Angry Birds. You're splatting fruit. The problem with Splat the Fruit was, did I ever play the N64 South Park first person game? Let me answer that with, it's there. The box is tatty, but it's there. Yes, I did play it. Where should I put that? Yeah. It was made by Acclaim, who made Chirok, and you could have the controls similar, and the control style was called 2 Rock. But to have them GoldenEye controls, and they called it Brown Eye, that was funny. So Splat the Fruit. The problem with Splat the Fruit was you put up girders or things like that to help your ball like splat the fruit over. You could place these items on top of the fruit, then start it off, and they immediately get splatted. That was the problem with it. It was too easy to cheese it. So Splatoon 2, I mean, everyone knows Splatoon now. Splatoon 3's on the way. When it came out, they did the colours for it. I got the Joy-Cons with the pink and green as well. I enjoy Splatoon 2. We are going to stream that someday. The cow launcher in South Park was so good, yeah. Especially when you fell victim to it. I remember that. I've got low battery. What's that for? Oh, that was for the Joy-Con because I just turned it on. I'll ignore that. Yeah, Splatoon 3, that's next year. I'm not thinking about that yet. But we will stream Splatoon 2 next Saturday. We'll do Mario Kart this Saturday, Splatoon 2. We'll try that one. But yeah, I enjoy Splatoon 2. I was talking about the gyro, wasn't I? I know people like gyro. I mean, first of all, I tend to use the roller, not a splatter, just a gun or whatever. So the gyro don't really affect me too much because I'm not shooting. But it's like when you're moving, I can't remember which way it was. When you're tilting, the camera will go up and down with you, but it won't go left and right with you. You have to use the stick to do that still, and that throws me off. Either have all or nothing. Like, that's why I don't like using the gyro in it. Because like a lot of games where I use the gyro, you can move the camera around with you. Well, Grinning Wolf Games, I don't know if you've added me on for the Mario Kart stream. We'll stream Splatoon 2 next Saturday, and we'll try and make teams then. I've never played Splatoon 2 with friends online before, so I honestly have no idea what I'm doing with it. Stardew Valley is Sophie's game. She loves it, I know. I'm so glad she got it on her own Switch, because I'd lost my Switch when we got this game, because Sophie just dominated it. Okay, Starlink. That's here. I actually installed this because I wanted the gold points. I've never actually played this game. I got it because it went really cheap. You got this really cool R-Wing with it. And you got like this little Star Fox figurine as well, who can sit in there. And also you got this figurine of Basic Bob, I'll call him. I don't know what his name is. And so yeah, I like the model, and it's another Joy-Con holder as well, isn't it? Just for comparison, this is how small they are. This is compared to a Fox amiibo. That's yeah, that's how that is. What's next? Street Fighter Anniversary. Ooh. You can't really go wrong with Street Fighter, can you? Pretty much. Street Fighter 2... Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo is my favourite edition. I had to double check the name. Yeah, I know Glenn loves Street Fighter as well. You've got the standalone Street Fighter game on there as well. I mean, I didn't get that one because I thought, well, if I get that one, I've got 12 Street Fighter games. So that was my reasoning. Streets of Red is a side-scrolling beat 'em up, and there's like other game references in it. It's a pretty good one, that. Strikey Sisters. Now, this was recommended to us in the stream last night. Who was it who recommended it? Are you here? I'm not sure if you're here, but yeah, Streets of Red was cool. I can't remember who it was who recommended that to us. It got recommended to us, and I looked on the eShop, and it was on sale for like £2, and it's kind of like Breakout, the style of gameplay to it. So I was like all over that. Next is Super Bomberman R, but it's Bomberman. I really like this. If you like get eliminated, you get a chance to get back in as you go on these vehicles around the outside. Yeah, but Bomberman's just, you can't go wrong with Bomberman. Super Crate Box, you have to play this game. It's one of the most addictive games I've ever played. I've reviewed it on the channel. I mention it whenever I can. I got it on the Vita. I really loved it. I want it on every console. I want everyone to own this game. So you run around collecting boxes. There's enemies falling from the top. Every time you get a box, your weapon changes. You have to... It's a high score game. And it's not how many enemies you kill. It's how many boxes you collect. Yeah, I'll get to... So Mario 3D All-Stars. This game, I'll say right now, I'm going to mention this again I'm going to do a video of 3D. It's a shame they didn't really update them much, but the games are still good. You got Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy. Mario Galaxy especially has aged beautifully. Mario 64, I know, and Mario Sunshine still has its flaws, unfortunately. Mario 64 is still a lot of fun to play. Yeah, it's £50 on like the eShop, and it's disappearing at the end of March. On Amazon right now, it's £36. So if you have any interest in this game, that's the way to do it. Hopefully they'll sell these separately on the eShop afterwards, but we'll see what happens. My hope is that if they'll add N64 games to Nintendo Switch Online, and Mario 64 will be on there, and then Sunshine and Galaxy will get put on the eShop separately, and then they'll put Mario Galaxy 2, and they'll say, if you already own Mario 3D All-Stars, you can get Mario Galaxy 2 for half price or something like that to make up for the fact that you bought Mario 64 and it's now free with Nintendo Switch Online. Hopefully they'll do something like that. They probably won't. Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. I've got to make an adjustment here. I bought the cat amiibo. Look at them. They look awesome. I've not opened them, but what they give you, I'm not really interested in what they give you in the game, but they just look awesome. Yeah, so that's Mario 3D World. It's a Wii U port, isn't it? I got a steelbook that came with it as well, which is pretty cool. Bowser's Fury is an excellent yeah, Mario Sees Rain. Well, I'm screwed. I streamed for Bowser's Fury as well, just only the up to the main ending. I didn't do the post game on stream, but I have beaten it all. But if you didn't own it on Wii U, this is excellent value for money, because 3D World itself has aged brilliantly. It hasn't aged a day. I'd say it's even more fun to play today than it was back then, because my disappointment with 3D World on the Wii U was I wanted an open sandbox Mario game, and that's what we got, a linear one. I still enjoyed it, but I still wanted the open game. But we'll get to it. We're 3 games away from it. The Switch did get its sandbox Mario game, which I love. So this linear game complements it brilliantly. So I'm all for the linear Mario game because we've got our open one already. So yeah, perfect fit for the Switch. Mario 35, I love this game. I don't play it a whole lot now, but it's disappearing at the end of the month. I'm not so bothered about it disappearing again because I don't really play it much anymore, and it is free, so if it's a limited time, I'm not that fussed. Mario Maker 2, yes, I got a year of Nintendo Switch Online with it. Infinite Mario levels. Your 10-year-old's a master at Mario Odyssey. That's good to know. You are training your 10-year-old right. But yeah, Mario, I want to stream this game. Maybe I'll do a regular stream of this game with the webcam on me. Because that would be pretty fun to do, I think. Just trying out people's levels. I get so addicted to that. It's unreal. Mario Odyssey. this was my most anticipated game on the Switch, more than Breath of the Wild, and I enjoyed it more than Breath of the Wild. And although yeah, I will stream Mario Maker at some point, definitely. What you'd have to do is in the chat put codes to your levels so I can play them. But I'd probably do an endless run to get warmed up and just, yeah, as well. Anyway, so I was saying this one. Now, Breath of the Wild I loved. We'll get to Breath of the Wild, but I did have some disappointments with it. Mainly in story and the lack of hookshot and things like that. But as much as I love Breath of the Wild, there were things I wanted more from it. But this game did not disappoint me in the slightest. I remember I played it for a few hours the day it came out. Then on the Saturday, I went to work. I'm a postman, so I finished at lunchtime. I got home, had my lunch, and then when I finished, it was like 2 o'clock, and I carried on playing this game. Then, when I beat the story mode of it, it was like 10:30. And I did stop to have my dinner, don't worry, and I went to the toilet when I needed to, but I have never, I don't think even ever before or since, had a game hook me that much that I lost myself in it completely. And the post game is where the game really comes alive. So yeah, although it took me probably 8 hours of game, or more than 8 hours of gameplay to beat the main story mode first time, the post game where you have to then go fight and get the extra levels and find all the moons and extra moons appear, man, it's so good. And replaying it from the start as well, it gets even better. I'm on my 4th playthrough of it. It gets better every time I play through it. I love this game. Honestly, it's one of the best games I've ever played. I prefer Mario 64 to it, but that's just nostalgia. If this game existed alongside Mario 64, I would have preferred this game back then over Mario 64. Definitely. Okay, Super Mario Party, it's not the return to form we wanted, but it'll do. It's still a fun game. People wanted online for this, and I don't know why. I was going to make a video talking about this, but I don't know. But I find, obviously the online on this was terrible, but just mini games is the way to go for online for this, because I don't see the online being very good for the board game, because you're waiting around for other people's turns. It's like how the Mario Golf game is like does the speed golf where you all play at the same time, and because turn-based isn't good for online really. But I don't know why people want the board game of that to be online unless it's all take your turn at the same time. You've done 1 hour 40. I see. I'm not a speed runner. So I've never tried speed running Mario Odyssey. Maybe I should. Only game I've ever tried speed running was Super Mario Bros. 6 minutes 52 seconds is my best time at it, which I've not put in enough time to do that. So Super Meat Boy and Super Meat Boy Forever, I've reviewed both of them on the channel. I like both of them. Prefer the first one, but both are good. Super Mutant Alien Assault is a game I really enjoyed. It's in that free mini reviews video I did. It calls itself a Super Crate Box clone, but I think it's more different to Super Crate Box than that. It's not giving itself enough credit. Super Nintendo games comes with the Super Nintendo, or the Nintendo Switch Online. I bought the Super Nintendo controller. I love this controller. It's so good. I tend to play Mario Maker too with this controller. So there's that. Smash Brothers, do I need to really talk about this? I talk about this all the time on the channel. Waluigi and Shantae should get added. Crash should get added, you know. But with it came this. I got I don't often buy collector's editions of things, but I had to for this because it came with the GameCube controller. Which, don't know where that controller is. One sec. It's down here on the floor. Oh, there on the floor. So it came with that GameCube controller and an adapter. Um, Pikachu's your favourite. My main is Link, but I do like that when you open this up. I think I've gutted it, the innards, yeah. You got like the characters there. But Incineroar's not there, or Ken, because this must have been made before they were announced. Which was a shame. But yeah, I'll keep that there. There we go. So then we got Sushi Striker. Okay, so people say Nintendo don't make many new games. But I don't know if Nintendo made this one, but they published it anyway. But who bought this game? People say, oh, Nintendo don't make new games, but then when they bring out something different, no one buys it. Like, okay. But that's Sophie's game, so I can't really say much about it. I probably wouldn't have bought it. Tabletop Racing World Tour. This was... I had it as a freebie on PlayStation Plus, and 100% I got the Platinum Trophy on it. I love this game. It's a really good game. I highly recommend this one on the Switch as well. Next one is Team Sonic Racing. I've got the physical. This was much, much better than I thought it would be. I thought it was just going to be a meh game. Yeah, I've got the Wind Waker amiibo, but I'm not going to show all the amiibo I own. I mean, that could be a different video, really. I need to update it. I've got the 3 new Smash amiibo coming at the end of the month, the Banjo, Byleth, whatever. So when they come out, I'll probably do another amiibo one. Yes, I know Sophie knows some Sushi Strikers better than me. So Team Sonic Racing was much better than I thought it would be. I did a video comparing it to Crash. What's the point of playing Sonic in a car? But the thing is, there was a Sonic racing game called Sonic R, where they were on foot, but you know, it's the reason he's in a car is to give the others a fair chance. That's all I say. Tennis in the Face is it's kind of like you have to angle the shot to knock everyone out. It's like 2D, but it's just trial and error. Tetris 99, I got the physical of this one and deleted the digital version because I got too addicted to it, and I'm thinking if I have to put the cartridge in every time, I won't play it as much. But Tetris 99 is one of my favourite games on the Switch. And what's going on with my hair there? Adventure Pals, yeah, that was on your top 10 favourite Switch games, wasn't it, Sophie? It's a game that's like Rayman, but not Rayman. But, okay, so Binding of Isaac. Now, this one I would have put under B when I... you know, but they put it under the. Now this is a very good game gameplay wise. I really like the gameplay in this game, but I don't play it too often because I don't really like the presentation that much. It's just I know it's intentional, but it's just disgusting, I think. But it's just a shame because, like I say, I do play it now and then, but if it was all fluffy kittens and stuff, I probably would have played it more. But still, it's a very, very fun game. Like really one of the best roguelikes out there, isn't it? But The First Tree is a game Sophie played, and it's a very sad game. Apparently, I've not played it yet. Maybe I will. Yeah, Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I've got that. Don't know much about that one. Link's Awakening, or Link's Remakening, I call it. And then we've got that there, the Toon Link amiibo. Not the Dream Link amiibo, I suppose you could call it. There's a lot of Sonic Racing. But the thing is, you look at Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, it makes no sense that the other characters can run as fast as Sonic. Like, it makes no sense that Bowser can keep up with Sonic in a race. Come on. The Messenger I've not played yet. You got Binding of Isaac on your honeymoon, eh? God, that made it romantic. Yeah, I've not played The Messenger, so I can't really comment on that. The Room is like an escape room sort of puzzles, like puzzle box things. Sadly not based on the Tommy Wiseau classic. Talos Principle I've only just bought. I've not played it. It reminds me of The Witness a bit, so I'd need to play through that. The if they added another Link to Smash, it'd be that one. I personally would choose Wolf Link as the other one. Where is Wolf Link? Come on, Wolf Link, don't be shy. Because then you could have Midna as the character as well, with 2 badges and assist trophy. That is the Link I would choose as the next Smash character if Link was one. Yeah, Taurus, really good. It's sort of like an exploration, sort of like adventure game, but it's made from the people that did Fast Star and Action then. Very, very good game. So Timber Tennis Versus is like budget Pong. And Pong is very budget anyway. Timberman Versus, though, is really good. Very cheap party game. Yeah, very cheap, but you have to cut down trees and stuff. Whoever can get the furthest wins. It's very cheap, very cheerful. A lot of unlockable characters, like pop culture reference characters. Trolls of Mana, Glenn gave to me as a gift. I'm really enjoying this one so far. It's an action RPG, which I prefer to turn-based. So that's really good. Trolls Rising, that's this one here. These are really fun. They're sort of like physics-based balancing. You're racing around the track, but it's really fun to crash in those. You got the Trine games. I bought them because it was like a collection. Normally like 40 quid or something down to 8 quid, so I had to get them. Not played them yet. Chirok I remember having on the N64 while borrowing it. We borrowed it a lot, and I played it a lot, that game, and I could beat it and all that. This is how N64 games should be remade. Because like they got rid of all the fog. It still looks like an N64 game, but it's not. It doesn't look dated N64. It looks up to scratch with today, but still retro. I've not played Chirok 2 though. Tyler Tasmanian Tiger. Where is that? Sophie mentioned the video game cafe a while ago, and when we went to that several years ago, this was one of the games they had in the GameCube, and I really, really enjoyed it. I'd never played it before. And, yeah, and then on the way home went to CEX, saw it for a £5, bought it, but I haven't actually played it. But I've just noticed, it's got the instruction book in, look at that. So anyway, it went on sale, the HD remake on the, just trying to put that back, on the Switch. So I streamed that last week, I think it was, and I'm really enjoying it. Ultimate Chicken Horse is a really fun multiplayer game. It's sort of like you build a level, then you try to beat it. It's so good. Unbox Newbie's Adventure. I will be talking about this soon. 3D platformers video coming. Yeah, it doesn't control very well, but it's a bit of fun. Undertale is, I think everyone knows what Undertale is. It's an RPG I actually completed. It was like 5 hours for me or something, whatever ending I got, but it was a really good one. Really good, short but sweet, that one. Unravel 2 is an amazing co-op puzzle platformer. Pretty much all I can say about it. Yeah, play if you've got 2 players, then definitely go for it. The thing about Undertale is it can be hard, but you can make it easier in a way, because you can sort of change how you play it and have a different route, so some ways can be easier than others. Untitled Goose Game, we've done a few videos on this. Such a funny game, that one. So I'm going to sort of try speeding through now, because it's been over 2 hours at this. Wargroove is like a Fire Emblem Advance Wars style game that you can make your own campaigns and stuff. I really like this game. Oh god, I want to go back to this game now. This was so good. Yeah. Watermelon Party. If you buy it cheap, it's good. But you need multiple people. I think we did a video on this, or we recorded a video, but we didn't do anything with it. West of Loathing. I think Sophie played this one. I wasn't that keen on it. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I can't remember. Windjammers, I reviewed that in the mini reviews. Oh yeah, thank you, Pixel. Yeah, definitely recommend them. I'll read them in a second. Yeah, Windjammers is a fun game if you can get it cheap, because it's quite limited in what you can do in it, but the gameplay is really fun. Wonder Boy Dragon's Trap. I love this game. I had it on the Game Gear, the original version of it, and this is a really good remake. Woodle Tree Adventures, again, 3D platformers video coming. Buy it cheap. I beat it in an hour. It wasn't that good, but I hear the sequel's better. So we'll get to that. Worms WMD, it's Worms. You can't go wrong, it's Worms. It's a lot of fun. Wrecking Ball Adventure I've not played, that was a freebie. WWE Battlegrounds, I was given that as a review code for Switch Up. The problem it has is it's plagued with microtransactions. Everyone's jumped on that. But the actual gameplay itself wasn't bad. It was basic compared to other wrestling games I've played. But it's fun arcadey action. It was still fun to play. And again, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, they're in the wrong order. That's so annoying. But anyway, there we go. Pyro and Mithra are coming. That one. Pyro and Mithra are coming to Smash. They weren't my picks, but I am excited for them coming to Smash. Yeah, I do like these games, even though I've never beaten them. I've not actually played this on the Switch. I had it on the Wii, and I played quite a way into it. Yoku, really good. I have beaten this one. Yoku's a really good one. Puzzle. It's a Metroidvania with pinball elements to it. Yono is sort of like a action adventure game. Really, really good one. It's very short though, but it is fun while it lasts. Okay, Yooka-Laylee and Yooka-Laylee Impossible Lair. I'm one of the 0% that prefers Yooka-Laylee just because I love 3D platformers. Yeah, so yeah, that's them. But both games are excellent, in my opinion. Anyway, but Yoshi's Crafted World is a cute game. It's a very easy game, but I had a fun weekend with this. But I don't know if I'll play it again. But I loved it for its world, really. I preferred Yoshi's Woolly World, but that was still fun. YouTube is basically what you're watching this on. So that's what YouTube is. And this one, this Zombie Blast Crew, I don't know what that is or why I have it. Yeah. I love the Yarn Yoshi. I tell you what, where is it? It's too high for me to reach. I have the Yarn Yoshi amiibo. Look at him. So yeah, that is my Switch collection. I'm going to leave that down here. I'm going to read out the recommendations that Pixel Domination gives me. So Rive, I've heard of Rive. Don't know, I'll have to write these down, aren't I? Sophie, can you write these suggestions down? Because I haven't got a pen. Crosscode, I've not heard of. But though we will check all these out. SUM, Firewatch, I've not heard of them. Grid Autosport, I've not heard of that one. Is that a motorbike one or a car racing one or something? Feudal Alloy, I've not heard of. Alien Isolation, I have heard of. It's a scary one, I hear. Yeah, I think I got Zombie Blast Crew for free. Hard West, I've not heard of. Dragon Quest Builders 1 and 2. Sophie has one of the Dragon Quest Builders games, or she might have had the demo of it. I can't remember, so we have that. Spyro, you want me to get Spyro? I have it on the PS4 up there, so that's why we don't own Spyro yet. But yeah, though Spyro's excellent. Massive. Let's just have a look. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 47 rows. What's 47 times 6, people? We can work that out. So it's cars, is it? So 240 is 40 times 6. 7 times 6 is 42, I believe. So that is 282 games, but you got to take because the bottom row only has 4 on it, and one of them's YouTube, so let's take 3 off. So that's 479 games I've got on here, and that's not including some of them are collections, aren't they? So that's more, probably over 300 easily on here. So that's quite a massive collection. Oh God, what number is that you just typed? Anyway, we're carrying on with these. So SteamWorld Heist. I think I had SteamWorld Dig on. Was it on the 3DS? Yeah, I have A levels in maths and further maths, so that's why I'm quick with maths. Hellblade I have heard of. Shakedown Hawaii, I think Glenn reviewed that. Moonlighter, I am not missing Moonlighter because Sophie has Moonlighter. Same with the a few games that Sophie has on her Switch, like include Lego Worlds, SpongeBob SquarePants, Battle for Bikini Bottom. Yeah, so Sophie's I haven't got a Switch on me, so I can't really do that. So Witcher 3, people have recommended I get the PS4 version of Witcher 3. Moonlighter Sophie has, Mistover never heard. So Sophie's written all those down. Xenoblade Chronicles Torna, the Golden Country, yes. Yes, I need to do that one, don't I? I did own Skyrim, but it's one where I sold it because I was like... I sold it to Glenn, actually, because I just knew I wasn't going to beat it. It wasn't... I didn't hate it or anything, I enjoyed it, but I was like, this is too big, I'm not going to beat it. I already have Breath of the Wild, that'll do for me. And then, you know, like, I'm like, yeah, my backlog's big enough already. And then Amazon dropped the price of this to 30 quid. And I'm like, when am I going to play that? When am I going to play that? Splatoon 2 is, yeah, so what are your guys' favourite Switch games? Let's have a little chat. So we got Skyrim and Splatoon 2. Any other suggestions of what I'm missing? What I can do, actually, while we're here, is have a little look on the eShop, shall we? See what's new on the eShop, shall we? And then Enter the Gungeon. That's one I keep hearing. Oh, what's this one? Game of the day is called Splashers. Well, you know we're watching this trailer. Has anyone heard of Splashers then? Oh, it's reminding me of Super Meat Boy, this is. Ys 8. Yeah, I've heard a lot of great things about Ys 8. That's is it me or is this Super Meat Boy? That's just a thing. Problem, Glenn, is Ys 8 is it's too big a game. It's one of those games I'll buy it and then just never get around to playing it. But yeah, so this is Super Meat Boy, isn't it? That's, I think we've seen enough. What else is being advertised? Yeah, it is just Super Meat Boy. See, Among Us, I'm not getting Among Us just because I don't have... It's one of them. I wouldn't play it with friends unless I did it on stream. And if you do it on stream, then you know, you're going to see who the imposter is. Diablo 3 is that? Oh, see, I had that on my watch list, but then the sale ended. Lego City I've got on the Wii U. Pokemon Snap, I'm really looking forward to that. But I'll show you what I've got on my watch list. So I got Putty Pals because that was recommended to me yesterday. The Turing Test, Glenn recommended to me. I only found out recently that there is a Layton game on the Switch. I had no idea, and I like the Layton games, so I'm going to wait for a sale on that. So yes, I'm kind of wanting physical for that. Oh wait, a few are on sale here. These were recommended to us. Now, Paperball Deluxe, if no one's heard of this game, what does this remind you of?
Coco the cat here with an exciting...
Tell me what this reminds you of. It's not loading. Layton is 25 physical on Amazon. Okay, this trailer's not loading. That's annoying. Okay. Hopefully it will load this time. What does this game remind you of? It's coming out soon. It doesn't want to... Oh, really? Digital Foundry said the Switch version is better than PS4. Wow. Maybe I should get on Switch. That is not loading. Wow. Okay, but basically, look, it's Super Monkey Ball. It's Super Monkey Ball. And I know some people might say, oh, it's just a clone, why get it? But I'm like, Sega aren't wanting to put out Super Monkey Ball games, are they? So at least someone else is. It's like with Bug Fables. Nintendo don't want to make a proper Paper Mario game, so someone else is. So yeah, these are the demo ones we did. What else we got? Yeah, Blue Fire's a 3D platformer, isn't it? Yeah, Super Hyperactive Ninja looks fun. Wonder Boy. See, Super Liminal's one. See, some of these I'm just waiting. So that one I don't know if I'll get it because I probably wouldn't play it, but because of the limited time I'm like, yeah. So Darksiders 2 I own on the Wii U. Lego City Undercover. Okay, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. I won't buy that until I've beaten the first one. So just so you got an idea of what I've got on my wish list. But let's come off that. Okay, so let's also look at what's on sale at the minute. Any you'd recommend to me? Now, for obvious reasons, I'm not going to buy any games now. I hope that it's obvious why I'm not going to do that. So these are on sale. I can't look at the prices. One thing the Wii U's eShop does better than the Switch's, other than everything, is if you buy a game on the Wii U, the price still shows up on the eShop, but it doesn't on the Switch. I don't know why. The Limo's on sale. Oh, Escapist's always showing up. Yeah, I know A Short Hike's a lovely game. It gets a lot of good. See, Blasphemous, I've played the demo of, and it's done where I'm like, will I actually get around to playing it? That is the question. See, I can't even see how much the games are if I've already bought them. So yeah, I saw Bubble Cats there, and I've read that as Bubsy. Oh, Ghoul Boy, this is what Sophie was telling me about. That was... Yeah. Yeah, Lego City Undercover is it's really funny. Lego City Undercover. Yeah, Ghoul Boy, I'm put that on the wish list, so I'll take a look at that. Wrestling Empire is like a wrestling management one that embraces its issues. Yeah, that was so funny. That one. Yeah, Calico. I watched my... Oh, you were playing Daddish, weren't you, Sophie? There's the sequels on sale, look. So yeah, this is just me. I do this almost on a daily basis to try and just pad out my... A game called Clumsy Rush, but it's a rip-off of Fall Guys. And it's like, you know, why buy a rip-off of Fall Guys when we're getting the real thing in the summer? You know. Oh, and guys, when Fall Guys hits the Switch, we are streaming that together on a Saturday, right? I know, that's why I keep on pausing, just so it can load itself. Monster Boy's on sale, don't know how much, but that's good. Oh, Safety First, I won't show that off, but oh my god, I remember seeing a video of that one. It's just insane. But yeah, I'm going to end the stream in a minute anyway, don't worry, it's been a long time. But this has been fun, just sharing, like, I'm glad there's been quite a few of you that have stuck around the whole time. You want the sequel to are you talking about Daddish there? Yeah, thank you to everyone who has stuck around for this stream. It's been a lot of fun just talking about the games. I wanted to do a video, but I worried. I thought if I do a say it's been over 2 hours. Nearly 2.5 hours. Wow. Yeah, so thank you so much. I've been say as if I did this like filming in front of a camera, and then I'd have to edit it, and it would have taken forever. I'd have uploaded it, and people might not have watched it because of its length. But at least as a stream, people can jump in. I can talk to you. Yeah, it's been fun. It's made the stream to talk to you. And obviously, if I was filming it pre-recorded as well, I'd say something about a game and be like, actually, no, I should say this instead, or I'll say something wrong. But when you're streaming, you're doing something live. It's like, if I say something wrong, so what? That's meant to happen. It's so much more relaxed. So, yeah. Oh, Bridge Constructor Portal is on sale. Interesting. Yeah, it's been a great stream. Thank you so much. So tomorrow night, courtesy of a request, I'm going to be streaming Crown Tundra. Just going to probably for about an hour or something to catch some Pokemon. Hopefully Grinning Wolf Games will join so that he can give me a few. All I've done in Crown Tundra is gone underground and caught a Suicune. I haven't done anything story-based, so there's plenty to do there. So, yeah, thank you so much for joining. Then Saturday, we are doing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Battle Mode with the fans. That's really going to be fun. Really looking forward to that. So, and then Sunday we'll start Uncharted 3. So look forward to that. Tomorrow, the next game I'm getting, Mail Mole, is coming on the stream. I didn't mention that earlier. Coming to the Switch. I'm looking forward to playing that one. So I will be doing a review of it as soon as I can. It looks like a new Super Lucky's Tale, but we'll see how it goes. So I will be reviewing that game, probably the day or two after it comes out, if I can get through it quickly. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching, everyone. See you in the next one, and Merry Switchmas! That's all I'll say. Yeah, so hopefully see you tomorrow. But definitely see you Saturday, Cat. Thank you so much.